Hundred Acre hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the FARGO Revisit, a childhood classic cartoon, Disney edition. This week, the new adventures of Winnie the Pooh. I'm here with my stuffed broichy boys in the forest. Say hello, boys.
Hello.
Hi.
Just as a little fun aside, if we are stuffed animal characters, what animals are we?
Oh my goodness. Not from the show?
Well, I mean, it can be anything. I would say that you might fit a rabbit, or
Maybe.
Bradshaw, maybe you're a frog.
Yeah. Be a frog or a dog. One of those.
A frog or a dog, some kind of og.
Be a rabbit or a bird?
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
I think I'd be a little weasel of some kind. Maybe a chipmunk or something, arboreal rodent. But
Little skitter boy.
past intro stuff. What are we all feeling about Winnie the Pooh? How do we feel?
Well, love it.
I remember in the 90s, Tigger surpassed Winnie the Pooh as the more prominent.
Oh yeah,
character.
popularity.
Yeah, popularity. Just like Tigger became the it boy.
I mean, I don't know how many people.
He's so zany.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's kind of out of the group, the most optimistic. To a fault, maybe, but I feel like not too many people are like, oh yeah, I actually genuinely identify with Winnie the Pooh. They might,
Right.
Because there's a lot of strong characteristics to each person. Like Rabbit's a little bit more logical.
Neurotic.
Yeah, neurotic. Piglet's paranoid or worried, and then Eeyore is obviously just depressed.
Depressed as fuck.
So I can see how people might identify with certain characters, and maybe Tigger's a very common one. People are like, oh, I feel happy and upbeat,
Right?
Yeah. Well, it's just, all that energy definitely, catches your eye.
Was he clumsy at
lumps.
all, or was he just energetic?
He's just energetic, and he bounces around on his tail.
Yeah, he's with that boundless energy. It's not clumsiness. I'd say that he can sometimes be too much of a commotion as to cause problems. Yeah.
I think
But
Rabbit
it's not that's a
hated
malicious thing, obviously.
From what I recall, I think Rabbit not just hated everybody, but I think he especially hated Tigger because Tigger would bounce in his patch, his cabbage patch.
Garden.
Fucking Rabbit gets everything in the nice, neat rows and is that very whatever that the organizer type personality, and then somebody comes in who's just totally free and boundless and has no structure or organization, but everything works out for them.
The opposite. Yeah, exact opposite.
When Rabbit has to work so hard to achieve things he feels like. I don't know if that makes sense.
That's right. And then yeah.
Wow, look at us already getting into psychologically profiling these animals.
Yeah, wait till we get to Eeyore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Well, what does Roo have to say about anything,
Just a little boy.
Just a little boy
Not
hanging
Nana.
with his mama.
Just Roo.
Just before we get into it, this was the first animated series based off of a movie, at least in Disney wise, if not at all. And it might have just been Disney, but yeah, obviously it was coming off of the God, what's the movie just called? New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh?
Maybe it was the
I don't even
Avengers.
remember. What was the movie? Was that the one with the blue bird that fucking
The Heffalumps?
rabbit?
So, New Adventures was the first time major Disney character headlined an animated made-for-television series, as well as the first Disney television series based on a major animated film. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
At this too.
What was the? What? Yeah, can you refresh us on the plot of the movie? Because I'm just completely blanking that.
Yeah, dude. I'm getting to it. It is so first they first did once Disney got the rights for Winnie the Pooh, they did a couple shorts like that in front of movies in like the 60s and 70s, and there was a couple in the 80s too. But then they did okay, there we go. The movie was The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. And that was in 1977.
Okay.
It
the old Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well. So it basically. Interesting. It says the film joins three previously released Winnie the Pooh animated featurettes based on the original source, with extra bridging material of Pooh interacting with the narrator to introduce the three stories, which are so they're the preceding shorts I was talking about, which were Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day, and Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2.
Oh, sure.
All right.
Yeah. So that was the movie. There was an attempt at a kind of a puppet type, animatronic type puppet show, like live action show before this. And then this came out. There was another puppet based show for this that came out after that I remember decently well, but yeah, this was, what year was this? Computer, tell me the facts.
Computer, tell me what all your secrets.
Premiered with a limited run on the Disney Channel on January 17th, 1988. 9 months later, the show moved to ABC as part of their Saturday morning lineup. Episodes continued until October 26th, 1991.
All right.
Yep. Prime time.
Yeah.
Prime time.
But yeah, I always had good memories of this show, so it was one I would always watch if it was on. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Around this time, I think possibly there was a lot of bear cartoons.
Gummy Bears.
There was
Little
Little Bear.
Little Bear. Was that after this?
What was the one where it was like the white bear in the sweater and the scarf and shit?
Rupert. That was Rupert Bear.
Yeah, Rupert. Yeah, there was a number. I mean, we're probably missing some. There's Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah, I was gonna say many years later, there was Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah, there's always been bears in cartoons and
country
There's
bears.
always been bears. There always will be bears.
kind of relaxing
bears.
too, from what I remember. Like aside from the song, the intro song, being kind of a bop too. The song from the movie, like that plays. If people know Kingdom Hearts, when you jump into the 100-acre woods, like do 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 do, like that song, that melody, always was so relaxing and so like just peaceful, and that's what I recall from a lot of these bear shows. Like Little Bear was also like Maurice Sendak had that kind of peaceful whimsy to it, and this also seemed like it's a peaceful whimsy kind of mood, with a tinge of darkness every once in a while.
Darkness.
But if we have nothing further to add, we're gonna jump into the new adventures of Winnie the Pooh and the episode Pooh Ought to Be in Pictures. I don't know if I agree with that. We'll see what this episode's about.
What's happening to the sun?
They start making out. Silly old bear. Oh.
Well, like in those last few seconds there, it's just funny how like it was implied that they sat there for fucking hours. It's like it went from daytime to evening to nighttime.
All right, we just finished that episode where was it about monsters and conquering your fear and saving the day?
It was about like bravery and courage. And maybe even like a soft messaging about like, hey, movies don't have to be scary. It's just a movie. It's not gonna hurt you.
It's not real. It's fine.
It's not real.
Yeah, it's not real. It's just a bright light bouncing off a screen.
Overall, I thought the animation was awesome.
Great.
It was consistent. It was sleek. I liked the transition from like the modern stuff where like they're at, an actual theater. Because you don't see a lot of that, like real places, and then you go to the 100-acre wood, and it's just like all just forests and trees and.
But that's like super classic looking. Is that just those like generic modern 100-acre wood backgrounds are like so ubiquitous and recognizable?
Yeah,
they got
the little tree houses.
Yeah.
This stuff in the quote unquote real world or like city almost doesn't feel real. And it's weird in the movie theater. There's like outside of the usher, we don't see like another human being or any like. It's just so. Yeah, it feels really weird. But
it felt dystopian. Yeah, it like we were talking about a little bit. It felt a little dystopian. Like, why is he in there all by himself and there's only an usher there? And it's kind of bizarre. Why isn't he like not accompanied with a parent? Like why is that?
Yeah, his mom is like, "Oh, you better." She's like, "You're spending too much time playing with your stuffed animals. You're gonna be late to go see your monster movie. Better bring your stuffed animals."
Yeah, really bizarre. Letting a kid just go out at night. I'm assuming because when they leave, it looks like it's nighttime, right? Yeah, it's night. All right.
The parents, or at least because we only really hear the mom's voice, the mom is just like supplementing her own parenting for the presence of these stuffed animals. She's like, I'm gonna go play bingo. You guys raise them.
I'm going to bingo. I'm just gonna drop my kid off at the movie theater. Hopefully he stays there.
I'm gonna force this kid to make believe that these animals are real, so that he'll have to invent his own new caretakers.
Right, pretty much.
Oh, damn.
And have basically teach him his own like life lessons. I'm not going to teach him anything. Make sure like his imagination teaches him everything he needs to know.
Freaking like split personalities, and like he's got to like self-actualize these lessons that he doesn't know, but these other personalities teach it to him.
Yeah. Yep. Has anybody put that together? Like maybe all of these different stuffed animals are like portions of his like personality.
Well, I'm sure we talked about it before.
Frank, well, it is, from his brain. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I know that. But have people gotten deep into the psychology?
Well, I'm sure there's some.
I'm guessing there is. Though I'm not saying like we're cracking the code.
Like a theory and like all this shit. So
it's like the theory is that he is dead the whole time and he's just coming to terms with his personality, and once his personality fully assimilates back inside his brain, he can, I don't know, reincarnate.
Maybe or like Christopher Robin is just like a very like socially anxious and awkward kid, and he is like an introvert, and he explores his personality by having like these different creatures that he interacts with in his childhood that like, oh, this is how I explore my sad feelings with Eeyore. This is how I explore my like organizing side or like OCD tendencies or whatever with Rabbit. Like all these different things. Maybe a therapist is like helping him to process all these things by giving him the tools to like put these concepts outside of himself and tackle these ideas of like, oh, well, Christopher Robin it doesn't have to worry about being brave. Piglet has to worry about being brave, and Pooh and all these other characters are going to help give their 2 cents and help teach him what it means to be brave and the benefits of that. And Christopher Robin is along for the ride, so he's like helping teach the lesson too. Like it's an excuse almost.
Yeah, right. I'm so down with that. It's taking it to a different level.
Yeah, it is. Because there was always that kind of just like fan theory that they were supposed to represent different, mental health issues or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I like where you took it way more.
That's what we like to do here. We like to take things a little deeper,
Yep.
re-examine things and put them in a new light. Maybe you can glean something new from it, and maybe more interesting looking at other things in that light too.
I'm imagining the three of us continuing to watch Winnie the Pooh, and we're all in like turtlenecks with glasses, and we're sitting in big high-backed chairs, and we discuss the episode at the end. Like, yes, it was good of Christopher Robin to learn this lesson, and he used the facets of his personality.
Now his id came to the forefront.
His ego and his super ego are the heffalumps and woozles.
Yeah, I can totally see. We had pipes.
Yes.
Oh, indubitably. Yes, indubitably.
Welcome to the Pooh Diaries. I am A, this is A, and this is Milne.
The Pooh Diaries. That sounds right up Bracho's alley.
The Bristol Pooh scale.
God damn it, dude.
We didn't see a lot of other characters. I mean, we got the main troop, but we didn't see Eeyore, and Eeyore is a big one. But also, what are some of the Gopher? I don't think he shows up in season 1 at all.
Owl,
Kangaroo.
Yeah, Kanga and Roo. But it's like Eeyore and Owl and Gopher at third are like the three that I would expect to see first, or like in very close relation to the rest of the four that we've seen here.
Right.
Kanga and Roo seem like a little bit of a later addition, in my mind, but I'm probably wrong.
No, I think
Who the hell did I love that show?
Pooh in a helmet.
Protect your soft brain, Pooh.
I think Owl was new to one of the shorts. Like that was his first tune. But yeah, I think Kangaroo didn't come along till this. But I could be wrong. I know because so obviously voice cast we know a decent amount of them already. Obviously, fucking Jim Cummings as Pooh.
And Tigger?
In the first 2 seasons, Tigger was voiced by his original voice actor, Paul Winchell.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yep. And so was, I think,
Piglet?
Owl. Owl was the original voice actor as well. I don't think Piglet. Because, Jim Cummings took over from the voice actor for Pooh. But yeah, everybody else for the most part joined or became the voices for, either this or like the later specials right before this. And yeah, so Jim Cummings, Pooh, Paul Winchell, Tigger, and then Jim Cummings.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other big boy in there, of course, is Mr. Peter Cullen as Eeyore. So
nice.
Yeah,
I'm Optimus Prime. I'm depressed.
Yep. I'm sad.
I like you got you got so many of the catchphrases right away too. You got the "oh dears," you got the "oh bothers," you got the TTFN, ta for now.
TTFN, that's a big one.
Yep. You got Christopher Robin calling Pooh silly old bear. It's like all of the big catchphrases by and large are right there in that first episode. Which is great.
I never thought of that, but that's what I always remembered from this was like those little catchphrases that everybody would say, like "See ya, suckers," or whatever Gopher would say. Like he would whistle, like "See ya, suckers." I think
obviously like,
something with alliteration with S's.
TTFN, ta for now was big.
Yep.
In our childhoods.
TIGG.
Yeah. Yep.
How he says or spells his name.
What's kind of crazy with this too is the person who got tasked to pitch this to Disney was the guy who had just finished like working and like writing the Bible for DuckTales.
Oh.
Some Zaslav. I forget his first name. Not the guy that owns HBO or Warner right now or whatever, but somebody else. He put the pitch together in like 3 days over a weekend, and then pitched it that next week and fucking got greenlit. So pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty crazy.
That's crazy. That's
crazy.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Pretty nuts. Did we talk about that guy in the last one, Bonkers?
Probably. He was all over the shows.
Okay.
That's Zaslav guy. A bunch of these shows he worked on.
These frames are just great.
Yeah. It's such a fun, it's a purely fun show.
Yeah.
Enjoy. It was comfy.
It was comfy.
Watch.
That's what I get out of it. Like when I see the interiors of these houses when it's like a dark and stormy night in the 100-acre wood, I'm just like, I want to be in that tree, just getting cozy and just looking at the thunderstorms. Yeah, the cottage core of it all.
Piglet core.
He's not just in a tree. Like his tree looks like a freaking mansion compared to his size.
The theme song again, just banger, absolute banger.
Gotta get up, gotta get going.
Yep. I just they hit the nail on the head with that.
What I think is that they chose different sequences for this because what I remember from the intro was scenes from this episode where like Pooh breaks into
the intro
house.
Was all clips from the episode.
Yeah.
Produced much yet, but or like other ones I'm sure just made scenes for the intro. They're just like, nah. We're just taking bits from the episode.
Yeah, I specifically remember this scene of the lightning crashing and not knowing the serial killer is Pooh.
Yeah. But yeah, like this was super popular after it ended. Like I said, there was that puppet show with a lot of the same voice actors. Obviously, there was like a bunch of direct-to-video movies. There was another theatrical movie with Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. No, it was just Tigger 2, I think, wasn't it? Or was it the Tigger movie?
I think it was the Tigger movie.
Well, there was like a number of theatrical releases that were
Piglet's Big Movie.
Tigger was one of them.
I think there was Piglet's Big Movie.
That was a direct-to-video, I think. I don't think that one was theatrical. Might have been.
But yeah,
it, like we were saying, it's like a lot of these shows. It had legs. It just survived and kept going. Everybody loved them some Pooh.
It's such a weird thing to say, but yeah, that's true. If anybody had like a Disney shirt or was repping some Disney merch, it was like Tigger.
Yep, Tigger. Pooh, big too. I think
Piglet and Eeyore on merge too.
Eeyore's real big. Eeyore's my boy. I love me a depressed donkey. But yeah, like Eeyore, especially though, Eeyore, Tigger, and like Pooh were like the big three of merch out of this. I think Piglet had a lot too, though, but I think those three were like the big boys.
I guarantee you could probably find like a big sweatshirt that's kind of like grayish heathered that has like a picture of all three of the homies just like with baggy Jinkos on or something, looking all cool.
Like fucking Tweety Bird with the baseball
Backwards.
jersey and the backwards cap and the jinkos and shit.
Exactly. That was like a thing. Like you just put these
I know.
cute cartoons into baggy shorts. Like they would look cool, like or trying to look cool.
Bugs and Donald back to back, and one's in a baseball jersey, one's in a basketball jersey, and yeah.
Or the like Taz. Taz is breaking out of the front of your shirt, and then you see the back of him, and he's.
I think I had a Taz and streetwear shirt. I think I did.
Oh my gosh.
Kid.
All right, Bradshaw, what do we have next up on the docket for tunage?
Next on the docket for the tunage is second here. I gotta get the document opened.
Is it Marsupilami?
It might be.
Marsupilami.
When you just say that, I don't think I think of like a. I think of a marsupial at first,
And then I think salami.
and then I think of
that's very much
salami.
on purpose.
But then I think of like salami.
I remember that that's like a point in the show, I think, is like somebody they bring up like why the hell is it called Marsupilami, and they like break down like why.
Oh, good.
It's I don't think there's like any good rationale or like anything that makes sense, but I think they do talk about it.
So it's like
Boys.
Brad Pitt in 12 Monkeys. He's just like, yeah, man. Like, you know, if you just figure it out like this, man, I just have it totally figured out. He's like wigging out, and he's like in a straitjacket, like tweaking. Marsupilami, man.
I never went anywhere saying anything like that. You're just taking it there. So have fun.
Boys, hang on to your butts.
Okay.
Are we coming up next?
Butt hanging.
Butt hanged.
Is
Butt hung.
it's gonna be great. We've got the Big
Gargoyle?
G Gargoyles coming up next.
Big G.
boys.
G
Oh,
unit.
that's not the big G.
What's Big G to you?
Goofy's the Big G for me, probably.
That's true. He's Big G. I want to know what Wilson's Big G is.
I'm not going to justify that by saying it out loud. You should already know it.
With a G?
Mighty Ducks?
Yes, you're correct. Quack, quack, quack.
Quack.
Just fly together.
Marsupilami?
Yep.
That I want to get to that one because it's such a bizarre one that it's just like bonkers. I have no frame of reference to what the hell it's going to be about.
It's got a pretty fun backstory too. I know a little bit about it. So once we get to that, I'll bring it up too. But that's gonna be a fun one. That one. After Gargoyles, we got Gummy Bears, and then Marsupilami. So
GGM.
GGM, dude. Ta-ta for now.
That's what.
Good gracious, Manny.
Good gracious, Manny.
Yeah.
All right, well, join us next time when we get down and dirty with some G-boys
Some fucking
from Scotland.
Yeah. That get brought to New York and then have to deal with a bunch of Shakespearean shit.
Great Gatsby? Mostly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Will Riker.
Oh, God, yeah.
That'll be actually a really fun time because I haven't seen that show in a long time, and from what I remember, I really enjoyed it.
A lot of TNG actors in Gargoyles. So.
Really? Okay. That'll be fun to discuss then, because that was huge around this time too. So. So you don't want to miss that one, everybody. So thank you for joining us. We didn't have a sponsor tonight. We might have one next time for Gargoyles. I guess the sponsor is Pooh. Sponsored by Pooh. So get out there.
Pooh honey.
Pooh. Gross. What?
Pooh honey, dude.
Pooh
He's
honey.
wishing. He says, "I wish Pooh on you." You know, he's like
Pooh honey.
sharing the sentiment.
That's like a term of endearment for somebody. Pooh honey. Come on, honey. Pooh.
Pooh, Pooh on you and Piglet too. Little bit of Piglet for you.
All right, everybody.
Just a smickerel.
TTFN. And good night from the Fargonauts.
Two toads frolic nightly.
Nettles.